Welcome to Flipping Miami, a podcast for those who want to learn real estate investing, do more, and make more. Now, here is your host, Raul Bolufe.
Hey, Raul here. That was a strange hey. Look like the Kool-Aid man. So, let's jump into it. This is one of my first few episodes. I hope you guys like what you hear so far if you've been listening to this stuff. So today, I'm going to talk about a KPI that people don't really talk about. This is a really key thing that I haven't even done it this way. The KPI is a key performance indicator, and everybody should be tracking things in their business. So the KPI that I'm talking about is projected revenue. So hear me out here, right? Let's say you're wholesaling real estate. In wholesale real estate, there's a lot of deals that go through, there's a lot of deals that don't go through. So let's say you get 10 deals under contract, and let's say you sell all 10 of them. Let's assume you're a beast, right? You sell all 10 of them. How many of those close? Maybe 5, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Let's assume 5 close, right? That's kind of where we're at in our business. 5 to 6 are closing. So 50% of it doesn't close. Now, let's say you're making $10,000 on each of them. That is 10 times 10, that's $100K. That's $100K projected revenue when you got the contracts and you got the contracts on the A to B side, signed, and you got the contracts on the B to C side signed. Boom, projected revenue, 10,000. Okay? Now only 5 close. So you really made 50,000. So why am I saying this? If your goal is to make $100,000, right? Wholesaling real estate, do you think you should put 10 deals under contract and flip 10 deals? Or should it really be 20? What's the right answer? The right answer is 20. Because if the ratio is 50% close, you do 10, you're really going to make 50K. You do have a projected revenue of 100, but you really close 50. Let's say you get lucky and you close 60 or 70, you're not at the 100. So really, if you want to make 100, you have to do $200,000 worth of projected revenue. Mind-blowing, huh? Mind-blowing. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, shit. If I got to make the money I want to make, I really have to do almost double or 40% more if we're closing 60%. So this is a KPI I feel like not a lot of people talk about. And no matter how big, how small your business is, you should be really, really tracking this number. And you should really be tracking your salespeople on this number. What do I mean by that? So let's say you have one sales guy and you, right? So your sales guy's goal is to make, your goal is to make 100K in the month. So his goal is to produce 100K worth of revenue. Or let's say it's two salespeople. One is to make 50 in the month and the other was to make 50 in the month. Really, if you get your projected revenue right, you would know that 50% of deals close, so they should each be bringing in 100K projected revenue in order to hit their goals. So their goals are congruent with the projected revenue. Does that make sense? Yeah. I wish I could hear you guys talk back to me. So, what I'm getting at here, projected revenue. Set your goals around the projected revenue. Come up with that closing ratio. If you're new in the business and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, or you don't have a projected revenue, or you don't have a closing ratio, if you're doing off-market stuff, meaning direct mail, cold calling, PPC, pay-per-click ads, Google, RVMs, text blasts, bandit signs, door knocking, all that shit, 50% is pretty good. Why? People back out, shit happens. It's just the way it goes, okay? Don't fight it. Just embrace it and do your numbers around it. So use 50%. Meaning, if you want to make 100K, you really got to make 200K because 50% of that 200 is going to fall through. That equals 100. If you want to make 50, do 100. Make sense? And if you got to have your salespeople on the projected revenue, which is the higher one. Like that, let's say you prove me wrong, Raul, you're wrong, that 50% is bullshit, I'm at 70%. Okay, great, you just made yourself a lot more money. But project the worst, project the 50%, and then try to change that later. Does that make sense? So anyways, I just want to make that quick little thing. Tons of cool stuff happening on this podcast. I'm just kind of getting started, so I'm learning the shit as I go, and I'm going to keep putting this stuff. So anyways, leave me some comments. Also, you can check me out on YouTube, Raul Bolufe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.